Honorable Mbele, just hold on. What's the point of order about?
Sorry. Chair, I want to check with you. Are we doing motions without notice?
Yes.
But you did not subject that motion to the House.
You are right.
You didn't do it. You didn't do it.
You are right. That was a terrible omission, but it. And is that a joke? What's funny about that? Honorable members, if there are no objections, I put that motion.
Deputy Speaker.
I return. Yes, we'll restart the process.
No,
Honorable Mbele will get an
just
opportunity.
make a point, Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
We have time limits on these motions and motions without notice on purpose.
Yes.
Now, you're putting a motion to the House that's not finished. I don't know what the remaining paragraph says. So how on earth am I supposed to say I the motion or not without knowing what the rest of it says? It could say something terrible about me or my party. And then you're expecting us to simply agree with it. If the member doesn't do it within the time frame, the motion falls away.
No, we're putting across what was put before the House. What was not put before the House will not be done. No. Honorable members, please don't scream and stop talking when I am speaking. Honorable Kaula, Kautule uvalumlomo. Awuvaleki lo mlomo wakho. Honorable members, you have a choice, a democratic choice, to indicate whether you agree or not. Exercise that choice. If there are no objections, I put the motion. No objections.
Chairperson,
yes.
if I get clarity, what are we supporting or objecting to exactly?
What was placed before the House in the numbers that the member read out in her motion without notice. That's what I'm putting across. I have no.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Honorable members, if you do not object, I put the motion to you. Is there any objection? If there's no objection, we move ahead. Honorable Mbele, please go ahead.
Point of order, Slal.
Honorable members, can you sit down, please? You on your hind legs. Can take your seat, please, honorable members. Honorable member. Honorable member, what are you talking about? What are you raising up?
Uyabona nje indlela okhuluma ngayo kumina ngiwumama omdala ngicela uxolisa lento eshoyo manje ngoba
honorable
right yami lengishoyo la
honorable member ngicela uhlale phansi ngoba abantu abadala abazenzi lezi zinto zenzayo
you must know what you say to me now
ngikuhlonipha kabi ma ngicela uhlale phansi ngoba lezi zinto zenzayo indlela okhuluma ngayo la ngaphakathi endlini akuzona izinto ezenziwa ngabantu abadala abangangawo ngicela uhlale phansi
ngiyalalela but you must withdraw what you say now.
No, I'm not going to withdraw because I'm suggesting to you that your conduct is unparliamentary, is incorrect, and I've ruled on it. And you are not supposed to contest what I'm saying here. If you want to contest it, write it down, give it to your chief whip, and let's talk about it, please.
No, Rule 45. Yes, you are wrong. I must call a bouncer to take you out now because you not respect what I'm saying to you now.
Honorable Steenhuisen, what are you raising on?
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honorable.
Before you get taken out by the bouncers, I would like to make this point. Rule 123.2.9.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Rule 123.2.9 says, because 123.2 sets out the criteria for a valid motion without notice. 9 is very clear. May, in any event, not take any longer than 90 seconds to read out. That motion was not completed within the 90 seconds, so it fell foul of that rule. Now, it's too late. We've passed it and we accept it. But I think that you do need to tighten this up in future, because you can't simply have a situation where we expect to pass things that we don't know what has actually been moved. And no, I won't sit down. It's my right to take a point of order.
Yeah, Honorable Steenhuisen, I like what you are saying, because one of the requirements is precisely that members must, time is allocated to them. They know about it. There is a clock here that you must look at. It guides you. I can be very mechanical and scream blue matter in your ear. Some of you have continued to speak. I enforce it. I do it regularly here. Some of you have had to be thrown out because you behaved as if you didn't know, or if you knew, you don't care.
As Parliament, we have, the Portfolio Committee has a responsibility to play their role. Let us leave this process and let
members,
it be
please.
discussed by the Portfolio Committee. But however, Deputy President, my question is that
I'm afraid your time has
how are
expired.
you, as the leader of government business, making sure that the resolutions of this House are implemented?
Honorable members, please stop screaming. That's the job of the chair in the House. Don't do that. Deputy President, no. Don't tell me that. You're out of order. In the first place, that's really stretching it now. Don't think about that, please. Deputy President?
Deputy Speaker, there was such a noise, I actually did not hear the last tail of what she was asking.
Because they don't want to hear that. Repeat that question.
The question is that, as the leader of government business,
Point of order.
how is
Point
he
of
making
order.
sure
No.
that the
Deputy
resolution taken by
Deputy
this
Speaker.
House
The 1
minute has
are
expired.
implemented in
Deputy
government?
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker?
Honorable members, please.
No,
you
the
can't.
1 minute has
Honorable
expired.
members.
Why do you allow her to speak?
Honorable members.
Her time has expired, Chief.
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Deputy Speaker. You did
Honorable
not
members.
give our member the opportunity to repeat the question.
Honorable
because
members.
of time.
Honorable members.
And we are awarding that member a second
Honorable
opportunity.
members. I've been
You
appealing.
must be consistent.
Honorable member, I have consistently requested you to be quiet, to lower your voices, not to, because it improves the quality of hearing in the House. If you don't do that, you kill it. Your member here has just asked a question. Your member in front here, all right?
Deputy Speaker.
Your member here are allowed him to
Deputy
ask a
Speaker,
question
may I
when I
address
shouldn't
you?
have done that, okay?
I think
I've
you
done
need
that.
to be consistent.
Look at you now. You're talking,
No,
nobody
yes.
recognize you. No, don't do that.
Can you
No.
recognize me, Deputy Speaker?
No, honorable members,
Can you
speak
recognize me?
when you are not supposed to speak in the
Can
first
you
place.
recognize me?
You have violated the rules.
Can
no,
you recognize me?
No, I'm not. We are proceeding
Okay.
now.
Deputy Speaker,
President. Yes, honorable member.
you
What are you
cannot
raising?
say that we're violating the rules of Parliament if you are doing it yourself.
Honorable member.
You clearly said to Honourable Medisha, sit down, your time is up. He couldn't get the last part of his question, but you
Honourable-
allow it when it happens in the ANC benches.
Honorable Carter, you were not here when Honorable Howler stood and asked a question. All right? You were not here. You were not here. And
Says
you see,
who?
this is the problem.
Says who?
You take your seat. You're out of order. Take your seat.
You are the only one that is out of order, Deputy Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much for that observation. Honorable members.
Point of order, Deputy Speaker.
What's the point of order, honorable member?
Deputy Speaker, you are consistently doing this every day, and you think this is your house.
Honorable member.
This is not your house. There are rules
Honorable
in
member.
Parliament, and if you are giving it to the ANC to repose the question, then all of us must get an opportunity to do that. This is not your house.
Honorable member,
so please
take your seat.
respect us, because when you don't respect us,
Honorable
you demand
member.
respect and then you don't
Honorable
do it.
member, take
Please.
your seat. I respect the rules.
You don't.
I respect you. Take your seat, please, honorable member. And the rules require that if a decision has been made by the presiding officer, if you want to challenge it, please do it properly. You know the rules. Please do that. Please
Honourable
do that,
Deputy Speaker.
so that we address it, so that it doesn't arise.
Honourable
next time,
Deputy
yeah.
Speaker.
Honorable Carter.
Respectfully so. We do address communication to the office of a speaker and to your office, and you never replied to any of it. Like for apology that you are supposed to do in the House for the way you treated Honourable Medisha.
We have
so if we
replied.
do put
Honourable
complaints
member,
through,
please take-
you do not respond to it.
Honourable member, please take your seat. We have already responded to you. Don't worry about that one. It's answered. Deputy President, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Honourable.
Point of order, Speaker.
Yes, what's the point of order, Honourable
You
member?
are making a mistake. You must withdraw. You are saying Khawula rose and asked a question. I have not asked a single question. It's only one Khawula in the House.
Yes, and you commented, right, Honourable member?
Asked a question. Withdraw that because you are misleading Parliament, saying that I've asked questions. I haven't asked questions here.
All right,
I'm
Honourable-
here to ask one.
Honourable
Can I ask a
members,
question?
I think I want to rule on this thing comprehensively, and I'm going to come back to you. I'll do that.
Point of order, Stan.
I have no.
Sekela
Honourable
Stan.
member, no, you are not going to be allowed.
No, mina awak mina
If you insist, honourable members, if you insist on, no, it's not going to happen because it is clear you are all
Kanti
raising
wena
the same-
kuyangijabulisa mawubona abantu bakini abamnyama benganawo umhlaba. Kuthini mawusuka airport babona behleli kabuhlungu. Ukhombisa ukuthi nina nidayise ngezwe la ngabantu bakini. Ibhlungu lento eniyenzayo.
Honourable members,
And umhlaba sowuthatha ngenkani.
honourable members,
Wasike phakathi. Nathi baphuca omkhulu bethu kabuhlungu bayofaka ematsheni.
honourable member,
Ungadlali ngathi wena.
take your seat. Honourable members, we are proceeding now.
Deputy Speaker, can we raise a motion of no confidence on you? You get out of the chair, the Speaker goes back. You are degenerating the House. Every time you sit there, there must be something wrong with you.
Honourable
Can you
members,
please just get out here?
Honourable Kaula, kawuthule uvala umlomo. Awuvaleki yini lo mlomo wakho?
Ngiyabonga.
Honourable member,
Uxolo, ngisacela ukukhuluma.
honourable member, what are you talking about? What are you raising on?
Ngiyabonga. Uyabona nje indlela okhuluma ngayo kumina ngiwumama omdala. Ngicela uxolisa lento eyishoyo manje ngoba
Honourable Kaula.
right yami le ngishoyo la.
Honourable member, ngicela uhlale phansi ngoba abantu abadala abazenzi lezi zinto ozenzayo.
You must withdraw what you say to me now.
Ngikuhlonipha kabi ma. Ngicela uhlale phansi ngoba lezi zinto ozenzayo indlela okhuluma ngayo la ngaphakathi endlini. Akusona izinto ezenziwa ngabantu abadala abangangawo. Ngicela uhlale phansi.
Ngiyalalela but you must withdraw what you say now.
No, I'm not going to withdraw because I'm suggesting to you that your conduct is unparliamentary, is incorrect, and I've ruled on it. And you are not supposed to contest what I'm saying here. If you want to contest it, write it down, give it to your chief whip, and let's talk about it, please.
No, Rule 45. Yes, you are wrong. I must call a bouncer to take you out now because you not respect what I'm saying to you now.
Honourable Steenhuisen, what are you raising on?
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honourable.
Mana mabindzu lawa ya nga akiwa hi xihlawuhlawu. Mabindzu lamatsongo emalokixini na le migangeni ya le xikaya ya faneriwile ya pfuniwa swinene hi government ya hina. Mabindzu lamakulu yo fana na ba Woolworths na ba Shoprite hi wona lawa na ba Pick and Pay.
Timekeepers, honourable members. Go ahead, honourable member.
Xivutiso xa mina i ku ri emalokixini ku na xiphiqo xin'wana lexi xi fanele ku hina government hi pfuna ku xi susa. Xana nawu lowu nga endliwaka ku nga va wihi wa ku endla ku ri ehenhla ka swiphiqo leswo tala
your time is now expired.
Government yi pfuna vanhu va mabindzu lamatsongo.
Honourable member, your time. And honourable members, please, man, this self-appointment into positions is bad news everywhere. Stop appointing yourself timekeepers, honorable members.
Honorable-
There are official timekeepers here who are keeping the records.
No.
Your watch is irrelevant. There are
Honorable Deputy Speaker, you are not being fair. You must be fair at all times. You are making sure that we use 1 minute, but you are allowing the ANC to use more time. That is not fair, sir.
That's not true. The record here is being read here and in front of me. No. There's a time here. I'm not in charge of this time. The officials are using the records here in front of me. So, your defective watches are out of order.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, you made it very clear at the beginning of the session that the person who's named the questioners gets 2 minutes to do a follow-up question. The Honourable Mabasa had 2 minutes to do his follow-up question. Not 1 minute. So he was within his time.
Yes, I'm just saying. Yes, I'm just pointing out that there's an assumption that we are increasing his time. This is out of order. Please, honorable members, you've got your dipstick in the wrong hole. Absolutely. This is why you are getting a wrong reading.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
I think we have been unparliamentary. There is no figure of speech like the one that we have now.
No. Sit down. You don't understand. We'll teach you. Take your seat. So, Khamli Sampa. So, no, it's very clear. No. This is why we read this thing in advance. Honorable Kabekulu. I suspect the problem is that of induction proper and so on. But we will repeat the rules. I'm going to recommend also that we amend the guide before us so that we include the discretion that the chair has, the presiding officer has over the queue. I want to repeat this because I realize that some members have come to the front here to take pictures of the names on the list on the assumption that we follow that order. We don't, honorable members. Let's repeat it. We want a diversity of members. We want a diversity of people inside parties. We want proportional number so that when you look at the list of people who ask supplementary question and you look against those who press the button, you can see there was rationality behind the choices made to spread supplementary question across everybody in as diverse a manner as possible. We have written to members who formally requested this. We do want to ensure that we remind you of that. It is an important consideration.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
Oh, ndiyakuthanda namhlanje. Laa nto benzama uyithetha last week unyanisile, I agree with you wholeheartedly. 100% uyasebenza.
Honorable Kabekulu.
Chair,
oh, sorry. Oh, you were going to. What's your point of order, honorable member?
Mina. Ngikhuluma ngalokho okushoyo kwenkosi Cebekukhulu ukuthi he has had to step out, so consistent with diversity you can take the next person. We are prepared to be fair like that.
Oh, I'm glad for your generosity. Honorable Mngobe.
Thank you, Hlalo. Ngikhulume noma usekela mongameli usazophendula ubaba Mabasa. Baba Mabasa has not received his response.
Ngiyabonga. That's been very helpful. Sorry for redirecting me. Hlala phansi ngizobuyela kuwena uma kubonakala ngathi kuyafunakala yebo. Deputy President, I skipped you responding to honorable member here.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. There was a break. I don't know necessitated by what, but it's a break.
Thank you, Speaker. As I look around, I see some amongst us
in the ANC who spent their lives in jails, in prisons, in bushes, who faced hangpal and so on and so forth. They did that because, Honorable Deputy President, because they were fighting for freedom. But then what we see today are terrible things. That is why when this motion is raised that the present president of South Africa must go, it is correct. There are very many reasons. I will give an example. The Honorable Nene was an outstanding Minister of Finance. For being that, he was fired. He resisted Dudu Mieni's attempts to waste billions to change the Airbus deal. For that, he was fired. He said no to the Russian nuclear plant project. For that, he was fired. He protected the nation's treasury. For that, he was fired. Nene was opposed to government's consumption side expenditure. National debt now exceeds 2 trillion rand. 130 billion now goes to servicing that debt. Service delivery is suffering. For trying to keep the national debt under control, the Minister Nene, was callously, cynically, and cruelly fired. The ruling party MPs carry the full blame for funding a government that is too big and too bloated. Nene stood resolute in resisting that. For that, he was fired by this president we talk about today. Today, thanks to the ruling party MPs, South Africa has the biggest and possibly the most expensive government in the world. The poor are becoming poorer, giving social grant only of about 20 rand to the poor people of our country. The firing of Nene, for example, has added 2 to 3 billion rand to the cost of the servicing the national debt. We have a very serious problem. We have here a president who has been able to stand in front of the court and say, yes, I have raped. Now, what is it that we need to take? If the president of a country can stand in court and say, yes, I have raped, yes, I've done this kind of
Honorable
thing.
Madisha,
Yes,
are you deaf?
Ensured that
Honorable
I pass
Madisha, you are out
HIV
of
and
order.
AIDS. What kind of president is that? If you ask him, he will only say,
Honorable House sit down.
Honorable Madisha, Honorable Madisha, order. Please use that door and leave the house. Leave the house, sir, for defying the chair and the rulings of, for talking for more than 45 seconds beyond your allocated time, and you deliberately did not leave. Use the house and leave, sir. Leave, sir.
Deputy Speaker, I'm not challenging your ruling. I would ask that you check the Hansard, because it would have been virtually impossible for any speaker at the podium to hear you with the caterwailing that was going on for the benches there.
Honorable Madisha, please leave the house. Leave the house, sir.
Deputy Speaker.
I have given reasons. I'm not going to repeat
on
them.
A point of order.
Honorable Michel, take your podium, sir. Order, honorable members. Proceed, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, I'm asking you before Mr. Honorable Madisha.
No, you can't make that decision. You can't make that
With the
decision.
noise in the house, you have not kept the chair of the house and you have not maintained
Honorable-
order in the house. How is he supposed to hear you?
Honorable member, please take your seat.
You need to make a ruling on this.
I have made a ruling.
But
Take
you
your
can't
seat.
send the person out if they can't
Honorable
hear you.
members,
It seems like you are
honorable
scared
member.
of the votes in the house.
I read you a rule earlier on, Rule 51, that says when you contemptuously refuse the authority of the chair, you may be asked to withdraw from the house. So I have done so. Go ahead, Honorable
Deputy
Mitchell.
Speaker, did he hear
Honorable
you?
Mitchell.
Because you didn't
Honorable member.
maintain the rules in the house
Honorable
to get
member.
the Speaker to be heard.
Honorable member, take your seat. Proceed, Honorable member.
As Parliament, we have the Portfolio Committee has a responsibility to play their role. Let us leave this process
No,
and
honorable
let
members,
it be
please.
discussed by the Portfolio Committee. But however, Deputy
Honorable
President, my
member,
question is that
I'm afraid your time has
how are
expired.
you, as the leader of government business, making sure that the resolutions of
Honorable
this
members.
House are implemented?
Honorable members, please stop screaming. That's the job of the chair in the House. Don't do that. Deputy President, no. Don't tell me that. You're out of order. In the first place, that's really stretching it now. Don't think about that, please. Deputy President?
Deputy Speaker, there was such a noise, I actually did not hear the last tail of what she was asking.
Because they don't want to hear that. Repeat that question.
The question is that, as the leader of government business,
Point of order.
how is
Point
he
of
making
order.
sure that the
Deputy
resolution
Speaker.
taken by
Deputy
this
Speaker.
House are implemented in
Deputy
government?
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members, please.
No,
You
the
can't.
1 minute has
Honorable
expired.
members.
Why do you allow her to speak?
Honorable members.
Her time has expired, Chief.
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Deputy Speaker. You did
Honorable
not
members.
give our member the opportunity to repeat the question.
Honorable
because
members.
of time.
Honorable members.
And we are awarding that member a second
Honorable
opportunity.
members. I've been
You
appealing.
must be consistent.
Honorable member, I have consistently requested you to be quiet, to lower your voices, not to, because it improves the quality of hearing in the House. If you don't do that, you kill it. Your member here has just asked a question. Your member
Deputy
in front
Speaker,
here, all right?
Deputy Speaker.
Your member here are allowed him to
Deputy
ask
Speaker,
a question
may I
when I
address
shouldn't
you?
have done that, okay?
I think
I've
you
done
need to
that.
be consistent.
Look at you now. You're talking,
No,
nobody
yes.
recognize you. No, don't do that.
Can you
No.
recognize me, Deputy Speaker?
No, honorable members,
Can you
speak
recognize me?
when you are not supposed to speak in the
Can
first
you
place.
recognize me?
You have violated the rules.
Can
no,
you recognize me?
No, I'm not. We are proceeding
Okay.
now.
Deputy Speaker,
Yes, honorable member.
you
what are you
cannot
raising?
say that we're violating the rules of Parliament if you are doing it yourself.
Honorable member.
You clearly said to Honourable Badisha, sit down, your time is up. He couldn't get the last part of his question, and but you
Honourable-
allow it when it happens in the ANC benches.
Honorable Carter, you were not here when Honorable Howler stood and asked a question. All right? You were not here. You were not here. And
Says
you see,
who?
this is the problem.
Says who?
You take your seat. You're out of order. Take your seat.
You are the only one that is out of order, Deputy Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much for that observation. Honorable
On a
members.
point of order, Deputy Speaker.
What's the point of order, honorable member?
Deputy Speaker, you are consistently doing this every day, and you think this is your house.
Honorable member.
This is not your house. There are rules
Honorable
in
member.
Parliament, and if you are giving it to the ANC to repose the question, then all of us must get an opportunity to do that. This is not your house.
Honorable member,
So please
take your seat.
respect us, because when you don't respect us,
Honorable
you demand
member.
respect and then you don't
Honorable
do it.
member, take your
Please.
seat. I respect the rules.
You don't.
I respect you. Take your seat, please, honorable member. And the rules require that if a decision has been made by the presiding officer, if you want to challenge it, please do it properly. You know the rules. Please do that. Please
Honourable
do that,
Deputy Speaker.
so that we address it, so that it doesn't arise.
Honourable
next time.
Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Carter.
Respectfully so. We do address communication. to the office of a speaker and to your office, and you never replied to any of it. Like for apology that you are supposed to do in the House for the way you treated Honourable Medisha.
We have
so if we
replied.
do put
Honourable
complaints
member,
through,
please take-
you do not respond to it.
Honourable member, please take your seat. We have already responded to you. Don't worry about that one. It's answered. Deputy President, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Honourable Deputy.
Point of order, Speaker.
Yes, what's the point of order, Honourable member?
You are making a mistake. You must withdraw. You are saying Khawula rose and asked a question. I have not asked a single question. It's only one Khawula in the House.
Yes, and you commented, right, Honourable member?
asked a question. Withdraw that because you are misleading Parliament, saying that I've asked questions. I haven't asked questions here.
All right,
I'm
Honourable-
here to ask one.
Honourable
Can I ask a
members,
question?
I think I want to rule on this thing comprehensively, and I'm going to come back to you. I'll do that. And on the basis of the rules of the House, you only speak when the chair recognizes you. Even before I go to the substance,
Chair.
even
How
before
am I going to respond to you? If
no,
I can't speak.
No, uyabona manje niyadelela ngifuna ukunitshela.
No.
Okokuqala, as honourable members,
Honourable
you have a
Chair.
responsibility.
A point
You have
of
a
order.
responsibility.
Can be emotional, you'll calm down. Don't worry.
Honourable
point of
members,
order.
you have a responsibility
You are not going
to
to do
listen
those
to the
things
chair.
of Delela. This is
A
not a
point of
kangaroo
order,
court.
Chair.
That's a horror.
Honourable Malema,
No,
you have
don't
a
do those
responsibility
things.
to listen to the
Don't
chair
do
of the
those
House.
things of Delela. You must withdraw
A
Delela
point
first.
of order, Chair.
You
Honourable
must
members,
withdraw Delela first.
A point
Give
of
Delela
order,
ya ingimu.
Chair.
I have
Give
re-
Delela, give Delela ya ingimu.
If you
A
refuse,
point of order.
if you refused,
Why are you Delela rin?
because you are refusing to allow the chair to run the House.
Withdraw Delela, Pili. Delela. Withdraw Delela.
I can't believe this.
No, withdraw Delela. You are not allowed to be emotional. Don't be emotional. You are a presiding officer.
Honourable
Give
Malema,
Delela yang is parliamentary Delela.
Honourable
Is Delela parliamentary?
Honourable members,
You're out of order with that Delela. Withdraw Delela. You must withdraw Delela.
I can't believe this.
No, you can't do that. You can't. You can't say to us who are Delela, Gemula Wakayo.
You are undermining the authority of the chair, Honourable Malema.
Because you are emotional.
You and the other members who I have
are
mentioned.
undermining yourself. Take yourself serious. Stop being emotional. Relax. This is not a family matter. Delela what? Delela what? Withdraw Delela first. We can't withdraw that Cyril is trading with the state, which is presiding over. We can't withdraw that.
Honourable members, I have made my request to the three members. They have refused to adhere to the rulings. Honourable Sonti, I think it's out of order for you to be screaming repeatedly the way you do. Members do heckle, but what you're doing is, listen to you. You're doing it even as I'm speaking to you. This is bad, ma'am. Honourable Sonti, Honourable Sonti, Honourable Sonti, I suggest that you go out of the House. I suggest that you go out of the House. Even as I'm talking to you, requesting you to stop it, you stand up and continue to do it. I request that you leave the House now. Honourable Sonti, I'm requesting that you leave the House. You have deliberately, even as the presiding officer is talking to you, defied that, and you are behaving in an acceptable manner.
Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Sonti, I'm speaking to you. Honourable,
on a point of order.
Honourable member,
On a
please take
point
your
of
seat.
order.
No, Honourable
Order on you.
Honourable Shivambo, can you take your seat?
But I'm calling order on you. You must order the rules of the House.
Honourable Shivambo.
Instruct you that whenever we call order,
Honourable
you must
Shivambo.
listen.
Honourable Shivambo.
But listen to the order before you.
I have not given you a right to speak.
Yeah, but
I
please allow
request
me
you
to
to
speak.
take your seat.
On a point of order.
Honourable Shivambo, you will not order me. I'm requesting you to take your seat.
But I can call you to a point of order. It's allowed in terms of parliamentary rules.
Honourable member, I am addressing your member there. She's
But
refusing
according to which rule I say she must
Honorable
go out?
member, take your
Because
seat.
The
You can't.
procedure of this house is that
Honorable
if a member
member.
has done something wrong, you
Honorable
must
member.
call them to order, you must call them to the microphone.
Honorable Shivambu, I'm going to
Withdraw
switch
what
off the
they
mic.
did.
I'm going to switch
But
off
you
this
are-
thing.
you are being unprofessional.
Honorable member, I'm going to switch off this. Honorable member, Honorable Tsonedi, I have given you an opportunity to comply with the rules and the address of the chair. And I'm going to request, Honorable Tsonedi, because you refused to rise. Honorable member, Honorable Malema, please take your seat. I'm addressing your member. Honorable member, your member refused to stand up. Honorable member. Honorable members, I have instructed Honorable Tsonedi. I have requested her. She refused to comply with my request. She did not rise when I asked her to do so. She refused to do so. Honorable Malema, I haven't given you a right to stand up and speak. I request you to sit down. I will allow you to speak. Honorable members, I have requested the honorable member to leave the house because she repeatedly, despite my plea to her, refused to obey the chair. And because that is inappropriate, I request Honorable Tsonedi, listen to you. You are continuing and you are screaming to me. I request you to leave the house. I request the Sergeant at Arms to help the member out. I request yeah. What's your point of order, honorable member? What's your point of order? Honorable Shivambu, just one moment. Just one moment. Honorable members, the honorable members who are standing and disrupting the member talking there. Honorable member who are talking, Honorable Tsonedi, please act in a manner that the Sergeant at Arms requests you. Leave those members. Please, honorable member. Sure. Honorable Tsonedi, we've heard what you've said to us and we'll take that on board in our next ruling. Honorable Shivambu, what's your point?
Outgoing Deputy Speaker who must outgo as soon as possible. What you just did is against the rules of this House. It's totally out of order, and you are doing that because you think you're going to call violence on us when we're raising a critical issue about Mama Winnie Monday. So let us put it on record that we're going to report you to the relevant structures. In any way you're going, you're going to come back. But you must be removed like a dog because you are not useful every time.
Honorable member.
Every time you do that thing.
Honorable member.
Every time
Honorable
you do that, you disrespect this house. You always have got attitude against the EFF. That is what you do every time.
Honorable member.
We are out of order.
I request you to withdraw what you just said now.
Withdraw on what basis?
Honorable member.
Okay, I withdraw. I withdraw, but when I will find you, Chief.
Honorable member, you are still gesturing at me inappropriately. You are out of order.
Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
You were supposed to instruct Tsonedi to stand up and then tell her what you wanted her to do. And then once she refused, you can take those drastic steps you are taking. And we are just cooperating with that unruly conduct of yours because we want this motion to go through. But otherwise, you must never think we're scared of your violence.
Honorable
we're not
member,
scared of your violence. We're not scared of you. You must know that.
Honorable Malema, that pointing out at me is inappropriate. You're talking to us.
According to which law?
Honorable member.
According to which rule here?
Honorable member.
Quote the rule.
I will not teach you the rules.
Because you don't know them.
Honorable member, I'm pointing out to you that when you do so and speak and address the chair, you must do so appropriately according to the rules, and if you don't, it's out of order. Honorable member, take your seat. I'm
addressing you appropriately. Otherwise, I could throw this glass at you.
Honorable member, Honorable Malema, you withdraw that threat. You withdraw that threat now. You withdraw that threat.
Because I want to see this motion through.
Honorable member, withdraw that unconditionally.
I withdraw.
Unconditionally.
I withdraw unconditionally. I withdraw. I withdraw.
Honorable member.
Unconditional. I withdraw unconditional.
Honorable member, you are still out of order.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Honorable member. Yes, Honorable member.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, shall we request that the incident that has just happened over the past 5 minutes be referred back to you as the presiding officer for a considered ruling with the assistance of all the records and everything, so that every aspect that has gone through that is unparliamentary should be ruled on. Thank you.
Yes. Honorable members,
Speaker,
we will take the appropriate measures as is necessary, as suggested.
Speaker.
Honorable Khawula, yes.
Speaker, I want to raise a point of order.
Yes, Honorable Khawula.
I think you are rendering this house emotional because you are being emotional yourself. And because of you are suspending the rules, you are using emotions, there's going to be inconsistency. I'm pleading with you that if we are to put the rules aside for our own protection, you will have to call the house out. Because without the rules, we are going to relate with each other with emotions. And I want to appeal to you. You have just related with Mamsondi with emotions. I hear you are irritated with her. But at least still the rules are expected to be applied. And all I'm pleading with you, please apply the rules. And if you were to apply the rules, I can tell you Mamsondi will still be in the house.
Honorable member, thank you very much. I notice your objections to emotions, and that's your opinion. Thank you very much. Honorable Kwankwa.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Malema is right in the process that he outlined earlier. That is exactly what you should have followed when you were dealing with Honorable Sonti.
Honorable member. Honorable member.
You were harsh on Honorable Sondi.
Honorable member.
You were harsh in Tlegas.
Honorable member, thank you very much.
You did not follow the rules yourself.
Take your seat. Take your seat, honorable member. Honorable member, when I ask members to react what I'm saying to them, when I point out the wrong they are doing, and they refuse to even rise to what I'm saying, I have to take the next step, and I've done so. I'm going to go back to this thing. I will consider it as is required by the rules. I will do that. Honorable Grootboom, go ahead, sir.